Що таке? Куда ты, долбоёб, кидаешь?
Ukrainians are holding several days of events to mark the third anniversary of the end of what they call the Revolution of Dignity. 100 people, now known as the Heavenly 100, were shot dead by riot police in February 2014 during protests on Independence Square, locally known as the Maidan, in central Kiev. I don't want people to forget what it was like, how people stood up and wanted to change something, how people were ready to give everything, even their lives, for the sake of our future. The fight for independence continues. I'm very glad that Maidan did not stop then and that the fight continues. You can hear that. We are fighting and we will win. The square in the capital has become symbolic of a shift that turned Ukraine away from Russia and towards Europe. People became different. They felt they could change something in this country, but unfortunately there have not been enough changes over the past 3 years. The Maidan movement began as an outcry against the then President Viktor Yanukovych's rejection of a trade deal with the European Union. Following the deadly events in Kiev, the Kremlin-backed leader and his inner circle fled to Russia.
This is, or was, the house of 68-year-old Alexei Andrusko. His frail hands search through the rubble for anything salvageable. Another deadly night of fighting in Avdiivka has left more Ukrainian soldiers dead and civilian property destroyed.
When the first shell started, they landed over there. My wife ran to the basement. She was dressed, I wasn't. While I was getting dressed, another exploded. I was half buried by rubble. I jumped to my feet, quickly put on my shoes and started to move towards the basement. At that moment, the soldiers came asking, "Old man, are you alive?" "Yes, alive. Help me."
Alexei and his wife live only 2 streets away from the front line and believes his house was targeted because of the Ukrainian army bunker outside his front door.
My yard over there was hit more than 50 times, and 3 times near the well. It's just behind the kitchen.
He says now he and his wife will have to live in the only room left standing, the kitchen, after boarding up the windows to keep the icy cold winter weather out. According to local officials in Avdiivka, there are some 7,000 buildings in the town. 900 have been damaged in the 3 years of clashes.
This is the result of just an average night of fighting here in eastern Ukraine. And in and amongst this smoldering mess, I've seen a lot of household items, such as an iron, a bicycle, a shopping trolley, which really sort of highlights the direct and personal impact that this conflict is having on every single resident here in Avdiivka.
Keep it on all the time.
Yeah.
At one point, there is commotion in the street. One of the neighbors directs us to her backyard and tells us to start recording.
Whoa! So while we were filming the house, which was completely destroyed by what we were told was ammunition from the separatist side, a woman grabbed us on the street and brought us into her backyard, her back shed, to show us this: 4 crates of mortar shells.
More neighbors then pointed out weapons stockpiled on their property. One evacuated house on the block has been taken over by soldiers. Off camera, the residents tell us they are shelled daily and believe it's because the soldiers and their weapons are here.
It's not an issue that is shelled from our yards. The problem is that the return fire is coming this way. It can't be precise. and during the night, armed people are walking and driving around here. Please understand, we are also afraid. Grenades may fly into the house. Assault rifles are shooting everywhere.
Ukrainian soldiers look on. While both warring sides have agreed to withdraw heavy weapons from the front line by Monday, residents of Avdiivka remain skeptical.
I spent my whole life creating this, and now everything is gone with a single bang. I have nothing left.
Natalie Carney for CGTN in Avdiivka, eastern Ukraine.
Ну, смотри.
О, разрыв какой. Можем остановиться.
Давай, давай.
Подсниму. Тогда давай. Я сейчас...
Так это вот... Так, как раз находимся на передовых позициях. Вот мы хотим зафиксировать прилеты.
Это сегодняшний.
Это сегодняшние прилеты. Раз. Два. Три. Четыре. Пять. Прилет. И 6 прилет.
82 или же земля мягко. Кассету выпустил. И 1,5 кассеты.